Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. This is Ted Conley with 643 Sports here with my friend Ryan Shaver. We're here to pick some college football picks for the weekend. We took a couple weeks off. We were both busy with work and vacation, but we're back at it. Recap: I'm 3-7. Ryan is 4-6. We're going to try to improve on that. So big games looking forward to this week. Two top 10 matchups with Miami, Notre Dame, TCU, Oklahoma. We're going to start there. Then we'll also give you our locks of the week, our upsets of the week, and then maybe another game that we're looking at. So we'll do five. I'll throw it over to Ryan to start off for his Oklahoma TCU pick.
Yeah, Goose. Looking forward to a big slate of essentially elimination games this week, and this is the cream of the crop right here. If the Big 12 has any chance, it's going to be the winner of this game. Now, granted, they're still going to have to play in the Big 12 championship game, which could take an L and could axe the whole Big 12 altogether. But Baker Mayfield has proven to me that he's the best player in college football. I don't know how that transitions to the next level, but he's got what it takes to bring a team back from the depths of despair. I like Oklahoma to cover. They are -6.5. I think they win this game easily. Not quite in the shootout that we saw last week at Bedlam, but I'll say in a 34-24 type ball game.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with Oklahoma -6.5. I'll say 31-17 for all the same reasons you said. I think the offenses are not comparable. I think Oklahoma's offenses can move the ball way better than TCU's. TCU's defense is better, but I don't think they've faced the type of offensive firepower that Oklahoma brings. They both lost to Iowa State, which is kind of funny. Got that in common. But I'll take Oklahoma to cover that 6.5, winning 31-17. TCU is eliminated after this weekend from the college football playoff. The other big game, Miami-Notre Dame. Notre Dame's a 3-point favorite. They're going into Miami. Miami's home field advantage is not that good. They're playing way off campus. I think it's something that you got to take into account. Although I don't think college football in Miami has been as big in the last 10 years as it is now. Everyone's saying the U is back. But is it or is it not? I'll take Notre Dame to win easily. I'll take them to win by 2-3 touchdowns, actually. I think Notre Dame is a far superior team. I actually think right now Notre Dame is my pick to win the national championship if you had to twist my arm. So give me Notre Dame easily covering that game. What do you think, Ryan?
I couldn't disagree with you more. I look at all the stats, and I look at the players, and I look at the resumes, and one would tell you should probably take Notre Dame, even though they're on the road in Miami, to win this football game. Miami's got the longest winning streak in the country right now at 13 games. I believe in the turnover chain. Give me Mark Richt in Miami as my lock of the week.
Oh,
At -3.5.
So you're taking that and your lock. So we'll transition to my lock of the week then. So the most disrespected team in college football probably, according to the Vegas this week, Michigan State is getting 17 points in Columbus. That's absolutely absurd. And I know I'm not the only. And the thing is, the line started at 15.5, and I thought something was up. I'm like, oh, that's going to go down to 13, 12.5. No, it's gone up to 17. Give me Michigan State all day. They've beaten Iowa, who just trounced Ohio State. They've beaten Michigan and Penn State. Ohio State had more trouble with Penn State than Michigan State had trouble. They equally had trouble, I guess, with them. But still, Ohio State got beat by 21 at home against Oklahoma. So it's not like their home field advantage is out of this world. Give me Michigan State you know what? They're going to win that game now. You got me all fired up. Michigan State wins that game in Columbus. And yeah, that's my lock of the week. +17 Michigan State.
Yeah, that's a strange line. There must be some analytical behavior behind that. Whether Ohio State has lost back-to-back games. I don't know. I don't get it either. But I'm gonna stay away. It scares me. My lock is the Iowa Hawkeyes going on the road.
Upset.
Upset, correct. I already called my lock. Upset. Iowa goes to Wisconsin. They are getting 12.5 points. Not only do they cover that spread, but they win the game outright and pretty much doom the fate of the entire Big Ten in the college football season. So I've seen enough out of them. Last week, obviously, was the big kicker. They beat Iowa State, who's a good football team, early. They played Penn State close. They played Michigan State close. They're better than their record indicates. I like them to win that game absolutely outright.
Well, for my upset pick, I'm saying the State. I'm going to the Cyclones, though. They're getting a home game against Oklahoma State. I think they're a 6.5-point dog. Iowa State has already had huge upsets against Oklahoma and TCU. I think they're kind of like that team of, I don't know, not destiny or whatever, but the team that's ruining other people's destiny. Iowa State's actually legitimately good. And at home, they've played very, very well. Oklahoma State, they can score some points, but you can't allow 62 points, 65 points in a football game. And they almost lost to Texas. I think Oklahoma State is not as good as people think. Give me Iowa State at home. They win on a field goal or something like that. Another game I'm looking at, Georgia going to Auburn. They're a 2.5-point favorite. I think that's super low. I think Auburn's slightly overrated. Off the top of my head, I can't remember who they lost to. Shaver, they lose to LSU.
They lost to LSU. Remember, they were up like 20
Yeah.
seconds at home, and then they lost to Clemson week 1. 2 close games, but 2 losses.
Yeah, LSU is not that good. I think Auburn's getting a little more respect from the rankings, the standings there with a 10 right now.
Yep.
I don't buy it. I don't. I think Georgia goes in there, rolls. I don't know, 10, 13-point win. What's your other pick you're looking at?
So, but back to your game that you just talked about there, I think it's a defensive struggle. I think it's a low-scoring game. I do like Georgia to cover that game, but I'm going to go Alabama versus Mississippi State. They're going on the road to Stark Vegas, if you will. They're 14-point favorites. I think they win easily. The defense is better. Mississippi State's offense is limited. Fitzpatrick or Fitzgerald kids about all they got offensively. So give me Alabama to win 27-10. So
Yeah.
I think I think that's a victory for the Tide as they roll to the college football playoffs.
All right, so to recap here, I have Michigan State, Georgia, Notre Dame, Oklahoma, Iowa State, an outright win. What do you got, Ryan?
So I got Miami as my lock of the week, getting 3.5 points. Iowa is my upset special on the road, getting 12.5. Oklahoma covers 6.5. Bama covers 14. And then I didn't touch base on it, but Washington is traveling to Stanford in another playoff game, essentially for the Pac-12. I know you've mentioned before off air that you like Stanford to win that game. For betting purposes, I'm going to disagree. I'm going to take Washington -6 to win that game and keep their playoff hopes alive.
All right, well, good luck this week. We'll obviously be in contact.
Yeah, brother.